Live at 5, this is 13 News Now.
And the winner is hometown superstar Pharrell Williams. The city of Virginia Beach makes a giant step towards developing the old dome site at the oceanfront.
And they're doing it with the help of music great Pharrell. Today, the Development Authority chose a plan by Venture Realty Group, and Pharrell is a full partner. It would include a surf park to hopefully anchor the oceanfront.
A parking lot, empty, only the sound of jets overhead and church bells slicing through the silence. Enter Pharrell Williams, you know, the mega star who made us all happy.
I didn't blink. You know, I jumped at it.
He's a partner with Venture Realty Group to transform the old dome site into this.
And just the kind of flow and energy that it will bring to our city. You know, it's a lot of jobs for a lot of people.
The centerpiece, of course, is a 2-acre, 80,000 square foot competitive surf park.
The idea of a surf park, much like what you see here, was presented as one of 4 ideas to the Development Authority. Venture's proposal came out on top. Pharrell not only gets involved because Virginia Beach is home, but because he sees so much potential for growth and energy.
There's always been incredible and enormous growth potential there. But the idea that the powers that be are recognizing this moment as that time is such an awesome thing.
The 10 acres between 18th and 20th would feature at least 350 residential units, at least 125,000 square feet of retail, entertainment, and restaurant space, a 50,000 square foot live entertainment venue, and at least 160 square feet of office space.
We appreciate that they're local. They're invested in Virginia Beach and who we are as a city.
And that was the deputy city manager there. This would be the second inland surf park in North America. The first inland surf park opened in Austin, Texas last year. And here's a look at what you could expect if something like this comes to Virginia Beach. The Austin location sits on 160 acres, and a surfing session there costs anywhere from $60 to $90. For safety, there are about 20 to 30 lifeguards on duty at all times. Now, this is not a done deal. City Council still has to approve it, and the deputy city manager says this public-private partnership will cost north of $300 million. Coming up at 6, more Pharrell. Is this project long overdue?
This is Joseph Giordano. He is a former death row inmate who was granted parole today. He was convicted of rape and capital murder of 15-year-old Michelle Klein and her mother Tony in 1979. That happened in Norfolk. Giordano's sentence was commuted by Governor Doug Wilder 2 days before his scheduled execution in 1991. 13 News Now reporter Mike Gooding was there with a question for Wilder.
Do you think the public's going to mostly back what you've done here?
That's not important. The important thing is that I do what I consider right, and I think I did.
Giordano's sentence was commuted after his guilt was questioned. It could be another month before he is released. Members of the victim's family have not commented.
Tidewater Community College is moving its visual arts center out of Portsmouth. For the past 27 years, it's been located off High Street in the old famous department store. Now the school wants to move it to Norfolk to expand the program. Our Allie Weatherton is live in Norfolk with the latest.
Janet, I'm here at TCC's campus in Norfolk, right off of Granby Street, and a school spokesperson told me it would be here in this vicinity where the new center would be located. And some students like the idea, while others are on the fence. This building is filled with creative artwork done by TCC students. And while the building is as beautiful as the pieces inside, it has some imperfections.
The elevator has gone out of service a couple of times. So issues like that, start making you think, okay, maybe we'd be it would be a good idea to look at an alternate location.
And school spokesperson Marian Anderfuren says that, on top of wanting to expand, is the reason for the move. TCC wants to marry its visual arts and culinary arts programs, and the current building is too small.
We looked at some other properties in the city, looked at the Sports Hall of Fame, and just, no buildings here were thought to be suitable.
So then Norfolk came to mind. 700 kids attend the arts programs, and 90% of them live in Norfolk or Virginia Beach.
Tolls are a fact of life, and that's when you're a college student, tolls can take a toll.
And while that has nothing to do with moving the center, students say it does hinder their schedules.
Commute isn't something I look forward to, but that toll is kind of the painstake of my day, I suppose.
Right now, TCC does not have a new space yet, but Anderfuren believes it will be in Norfolk, and many students are glad. Now, I did reach out to the mayor several times, even showed up at his office to see what he thought about the move. I also called every city council member. No one returned my calls. Live in Norfolk, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
Dozens of Virginia voters were wrongly assigned ballots in a district that could determine party control in the House of Delegates. That's according to elections officials. The State Board of Elections voted to temporarily put off certifying 2 House district elections yesterday. Voters in the 28th district were reportedly given ballots for the neighboring 88th district instead.
Northern Virginia Advocacy Group is planning a lawsuit to challenge the Trump administration's decision to end DACA. That's a program that protects some young immigrants from deportation. The Legal and Justice Center wants protection for 2 Virginians who had been enrolled in the Obama-era program but let their renewals lapse. Right now, President Trump is in the process of phasing out DACA.
Developing now, Williamsburg police are looking for 2 men who stole from a CVS store on Richmond Road. Police say the men took hundreds of dollars worth of memory pills from the store. 13 News Now reporter Erin LeBeau explains why this isn't your typical theft.
Normally you see people either trying to take drugs from the pharmacy itself.
That's what Major Greg Riley with the Williamsburg Police Department says about items stolen from stores like CVS. But that wasn't the case with these 2 men caught on camera.
That's kind of an unusual item to see stolen.
It was at the CVS off of Richmond Road where police say the 2 men stole more than $500 worth of memory supplements. A first for police.
You see them trying to get the drugs with pseudoephedrine so that they can use that to make other drugs.
And also for customers hearing about this.
Personally, I think it was a little absurd. Mostly when I hear about someone stealing something from CVS, it's the only thing, Sudafed and makeup.
Police say it happened earlier this month. They're not sure what the men intended to do with the memory pills, but they know they'll try and sell them.
Well, Major Riley suspects the people who are stealing these memory supplements are doing so to sell them on the street. I actually went inside the store and I noticed that these pills run anywhere from $40 to $60 a bottle.
I'd be cautious buying anything, medication or anything like that, at a flea market or a secondhand place as opposed to buying it in the pharmacy.
The police are hoping someone remembers these faces and helps capture the memory pill thieves. In Williamsburg, I'm Erin LeBeau, 13 News Now.
A year in prison, that's the sentence for a Virginia Beach woman found guilty of operating an unlicensed daycare. A baby was found dead in Marlene Rice's house in August of 2016. Rice was charged with child abuse and neglect. There was not enough evidence to connect Rice to the death. Rice is banned from operating a daycare or supervising children for the rest of her life.
In York County, we're still waiting to hear back from firefighters about what caused this house fire that killed 2 dogs. It happened around 11 o'clock last night on Vine Drive in the Grafton neighborhood. The homeowners got out safely, but their dogs were trapped and did not survive.
Fierce flames engulf a shop building in Suffolk. Firefighters rushed to Manning Road around 11:30 last night. Look at that fire. You can see the shop building is a total loss, but firefighters managed to save the home next door. That wasn't the only thing crews saved. Firefighters gave first aid to a cat that was found barely breathing. 2 dogs also were rescued.